Dispatch from 504, I'm clear for my stop.
Clear. You and 5030, copy that, trespassing complaint. Let's meet the St. Joseph Center for Hope.
Okay. Well, what do you think? You're gonna do work. Just work, keep your work out. Get off!
And I'm not saying I'm a good cop, I'm not a bad cop, but I mean, what do cops even do?
I know this video is a little longer than usual, but if you make your way to the entire thing, it'll be worth it because it encapsulates and puts an exclamation point on this. And this is solidified by none other than an active duty deputy. In this video entitled Special Forces Deputy Sheriff, All Cops Lie, Cheat, and Steal, Deputy Josh Barker begins his video where he's trying to convince his audience that not all cops are bad by saying this.
I hate cops. I hate cops. Why do I hate cops? Well, all they do is lie, cheat, and steal. They're corrupt. They harass people. They hurt people. They just abuse their power. They scare people. All they want to do is flash their shiny gun and want to write citations, want to arrest people, drink their coffee, and eat their donuts and get fat. I mean, what do cops even do?
Deputy Barker goes into his military background, what he did
how you
after
doing?
the
Pretty
good.
military, trying
change for
college,
today?
and then doing
Can I go
what
ahead
he
and open the door,
never
scan your
thought
bin?
he
Yep.
would do. He became
this old
a
sticker,
deputy.
too.
Then he says this.
I just gave this little speech or class a couple days ago to the high school kids. They asked if I'd speak for career day.
99986.
And I opened up with what I just opened up now.
And then your first name?
And
Norm.
I asked them the question, are all cops bad?
Can you spell that for me?
And they're kind of confused because I'm in uniform. They're kind of confused.
N-O-R-N.
They're like,
N-O-R-M.
No. I was like,
Well,
why
maybe
not?
in there is Doc. I come here a lot.
The media portrays us all being bad,
You say your
all
license is...
incompetent.
You don't have this already?
No, it's a
wanting to-
whole different system.
Oh, okay.
He sold the company.
All right.
And not
me
knowing
just give you
people's
my
rights,
ID
not
'cause I'm
supporting
streaming right
people's
now. I wanna-
rights.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Not
Yeah, it's
really.
okay. I don't want to dox myself.
Overall, mainstream media is supportive of the military and the police. Mainstream media is, after all, the propaganda arm for the military-industrial complex, Wall Street, and the defense contractors. And cops are really no different. Yeah, there are occasions that become so egregious that there's such an outcry from the public that they have to cover a story of, say, a Tyree Nichols beating or the abuse of a Karen Garner or the overwhelming evidence that cops really aren't there to protect you like we saw out of 376 disgusting failures at Uvalde.
Cops are bad. Everyone hates cops. Well, then some people will start asking, why do I hate cops? Okay. Then I ask the question, are there good teachers and bad teachers? As I'm looking at a teacher. And they're like, well, yeah. Are there good principals and bad principals? Are there good counselors, bad counselors? Are there good therapists, bad therapists? Are there good doctors and bad doctors? Or are they all good? Or are they all bad? Good nurses, bad nurses? How about this? Good electricians, good plumbers,
Thank
good
you.
contractors, or bad electricians, bad plumbers, and bad contractors?
And then the
For
only
those
other
of
we
you
go
that
back
are in
to
trade
would be our
jobs, how many
synthetic at
times have you
99.
gone to a job where the person before you completely messed it up? Oh, so there's good in every profession, and there's bad in every profession. Okay, huh. So that means there has to be good cops and bad cops, right? Okay. So if they're all bad, then how are we still here? If they're all bad, how is there still a job?
This is a
Yeah,
horrible
battery still tests nice and healthy,
You're
buddy.
like the Germans saying in the 1930s, if the Nazis are so bad, how are they still here? Nearly everybody knows that all politicians are bad, but it's still a highly paid, lucrative job that still exists for some reason. You know, the military-industrial complex and the Pentagon are responsible for tens of millions, maybe hundreds of millions of deaths and the destruction of innumerable towns and cities and the plundering of vast resources all across the world, but they're still here. So what kind of argument is this? If you wonder how such an abusive organization's law enforcement is still here and how Mao's police force or the Nazi SS still existed within their respective countries for so long and were accepted and supported by the masses, well, you don't have to look any further than a psychological condition called Stockholm Syndrome and the truths revealed by Stanley Milgram's experiment on obedience to authority. People who are intimidated and scared of their abusers end up empathizing with their abusers' actions and supporting their goals. Throw in a healthy and effective dose of pro-police propaganda and a couple catchy slogans like "to protect and serve," and create a culture of symbolism, and you end up with a mentally neutered society that buys the garbage Josh Barker sells. But wait, it's just getting started.
There's been times in my career, my short career at law enforcement, 4 years in law enforcement, and there's been moments of frustration. There's been moments where I've debated on getting out, on not being a cop anymore, not being a deputy anymore. And those moments are seeing other bad cops. Seeing other shitty cops. Either seeing it in person, or hearing about it from somebody else, or seeing it on social media, on the news. Because it shows a bad light on all of us. You see a bad plumber, contractor, electrician, you're hesitant to get another one because you're afraid you're going to waste your money on another person. I've thought about getting out many times, but then I'm reminded that there's a lot of people that still need us. There's a lot of bad cops out there, but there's also a lot of good cops out there. One person is called John. If you got out, and all the good cops got out, and I'm not saying I'm a good cop, I'm not a bad cop, but I'm learning. So I'm a learning cop, right?
This is bizarre to me. Josh can't even call himself a good cop? What the heck is up with that?
Remember that
If
being
you're
cash
out
card
there
for you.
genuinely protecting and serving people, you know it.
10503.
If you're out there safeguarding rights and taking down all the bad cops who
Do you
are
have a
enforcing
place to
the
slide it?
Yep, right here.
Constitution
It's a magnet. It doesn't have a chip.
Oh,
and
not
you're out
done.
there arresting cops who steal
Upper,
money under civil asset
numbers.
forfeiture
Yep.
laws, you dang well know you're a good cop. That he can't just outright call himself a good cop reveals exactly why people say there are no good cops. And if there are still questions out there on whether there are good cops or not, this video the man who's trying to convince you that there are good cops, at least initially, can't even tell you that he's one of them. Now later he's going to say, I know I'm a good cop actually.
I know I'm a good cop, actually.
But it just sounds like he's trying to convince himself in front of an audience he's trying to convince. Hang on tight though, because in a minute, Josh is going to unintentionally admit that he's a very bad cop.
I try to be the best that I can. But that's the other thing I try to be
So
the
can you
best
guys
dad I
siphon it
can,
from the top?
the best person, the best man.
It says different. You guys siphon it from the top?
Yeah. The best person that I can.
Majority of Chevy vehicles, they call for an evac. Less wear and tear on the drain plug and the oil pan.
What's that, Lisa?
First time I've seen it.
Why can't you be
Yeah, it's
that
something that
person
Valvoline
that
actually
people
started
look
doing.
up to and aspire to be? If there's nothing but bad cops left, then it's going to get worse. Everyone's going to think worse of the cops. But there has to be good cops to offset the bad cops. And I pride myself to be a good cop. I know I'm a good cop, actually. And I know that because if I have to do certain things, i.e. do traffic stops, have to write citations because whatever, because of my job. And I have to make an arrest because someone broke the law, someone got hurt, someone stole something, whatever. One, I try to talk to them as a person. You have to do that as a cop because we're all human. Everyone makes mistakes. Just because you're being arrested doesn't mean you're a bad person. And just because I arrest you doesn't mean I think you're a bad person. So I try to talk to these guys, whether it's drug related or someone assaulted someone or it's theft or whatever. I try and talk to them, hey man, what's going on? Like, what do you need help with? Because the answer isn't just arresting someone. You gotta talk to them, person to person, and try to help them. That's why I got in this profession, is to help people. And it blows my mind the number of cops out there that are too quick to throw on the handcuffs and not ask the bigger questions. Not just, did you do it, and try to get someone to admit to it if they did it. But how can we fix this? How can you fix yourself? You know, I don't like people on drugs. I hate people on drugs. It destroys not only their life,
What's the vehicle for me?
you know, but their mind and their body. It fries their brain. And I hate that. I would rather
Oh,
help
pressure,
them than
babe.
just to throw them in
So-
jail.
I don't know what specifically he's talking about here, but we can hazard a guess. In the last 50 years, law
Go ahead and
enforcement
shut it down, and then David will be right over here to show you new one.
drugs
All right.
was
I just had a question.
at
I
its
see that you are on a
people
conference
who
with an
just
officer.
wanted to be left
Are you
alone to
police?
pursue
No.
life and happiness.
I was gonna say, if so,
No, I'm actually watching a YouTube
By taking drugs.
video.
I was gonna say, if so, I could have gave you a discount for.
Nah, it's okay.
But the law enforcement
I wouldn't want to be
community
accused of being a cop.
says, no, we're not going to let you do that. Through the drug war, law
Not saying it's a bad
enforcement
thing.
have
No,
ruined
no.
more lives than drugs ever could. How many have been put into a cage for simple possession of a plant? And guys like this put those people in cages. And because of that, the prison industrial
You guys hear that?
complex is booming. Courtesy of all those good cops out there. That's absolutely psychopathic. And it's exactly what normal people expect when others turn off their moral compass and just start following orders.
That's a big reason why I am still in law enforcement, because I do see the amount of people that I help, and it's way more. I don't hurt anyone, actually.
It's like he was gonna say I help way more than I hurt. And that's not Beeper's delight we're looking at, is it?
But
How's it going,
it's
brother?
gotta offset,
You too.
right? The amount of good has to offset the amount of bad that people are doing out there as cops. There's a lot of bad cops.
He
see
thought I
cops
was on a
YouTube
conference
or
with a cop
whatever.
watching this
There's a
video.
lot of dumb or bad cops, and I hate it. It makes us all look bad. But if we start walking around with the camera crew with all the bad teachers, all the bad electricians, contractors,
Good.
doctors, I mean, how many bad doctors are out there? How many malpractice
They're not-
lawsuits are out there? You don't hear about it because you just assume doctors are good, right? They're just wanting to help people. But I guarantee you, most cops join law enforcement just to help people. But yet, all people see are the bad ones.
Here's the problem. No doctor, unless they're a big pharma doctor, or plumber, electrician, teacher, or roofer, signed a contract saying they would enforce all laws. Since most laws serve the twofold purpose of taking away your rights and stealing your money, most laws are evil. And since most laws are evil, and you call yourself a law enforcer, you are the agent or enforcer of evil. You promise to turn a parasitic politician's evil words into evil actions. You are responsible for that change. That's the key element that makes all cops bad. Further, when you see cops doing bad, you'd think you'd also see all these good cops come out of the woodwork arresting the bad cop.
But they don't. In fact, they will back them up every time.
Hey, you have your license?
Yeah, it's trying to get it, but get all roughed up.
Well, we're not roughing you up. Did you? Hey, over here, Mr. Villas. Sick of it. So
Okay.
I didn't tell you. Sit on the bumper. Listen, buddy.
You want the license?
Listen. What fucking part of listen do you not understand?
What do you want me to do?
Did you not? To listen.
I'm listening. What?
Keep your ass on the bumper and listen. You. And he had a gun on
I
him.
was already out of the car before you pulled in.
Oh, yeah,
but
get out of the car.
And tell you.
Yeah, and
I
tell you to
stood
get
there
back
and
in
I
your
said,
car.
what's going on?
I told
I
you to
asked you a question.
Get
What's
back
up?
in the car. He's been escalating every time we've dealt with him.
I'm
in the
not
last month and a half.
escalating. How am I escalating?
Do you have a license on you? Yes or no?
Where you going? Can you can find it. I'm not moving.
Hey, you have your license?
Yeah, it's trying to get it, but get all roughed up.
Well, we're not roughing you up. Did you? Hey, over here, Mr. Villas. Sick of it.
Did he fucking pit the fucking police car? He pit the police car in the pursuit. That shit's funny. Ooh, absolute defiance.
Them is like, I'm gonna, one way or the other, even if you do get into the phone and there is a video on there, I'm gonna have it as part of my discovery. And it's gonna get uploaded one way or the other, if that's what you're worried about. I'm gonna get more video. I'm gonna get all the video of the courtroom of this motherfucker stealing my property. Stealing my property. Who had authority and jurisdiction in that courtroom? The CSOs, the court security officers, okay? The witness in the case had no business coming over and snatching the phone out of my hand. That guy has no fucking jurisdiction. And the fucking feds have no fucking jurisdiction in the state of New Hampshire whatsoever. We have it on words on fucking paper that are apparently meaningless to the federal government. They don't care about words on paper. They don't care about the Constitution. They don't care about the laws. They don't care about the fucking dictionary. None of it. They don't give a fuck. They want to tell you what everything fucking means. And it's not going down like that. It's fucking tea time, motherfuckers. So get ready. This fucking country is going to hell in a fucking handbasket. And we got to get our fucking shit together. So, take a breath. Compose ourselves, and yeah, these fucking Homeland Security Nazis need to get the fuck out of New Hampshire. RSA 123.1 says there is no federal property in New Hampshire. It's all New Hampshire property. It's all fucking New Hampshire property. So, yep, that's it. That's all I got for now. I'll be uploading these videos as soon as possible. I'm still waiting for this phone call and all that. So yeah, I'll let you guys go. See ya.
It's open to the public, sir. Sir, it's open to the public.
I've seen this already.
I don't care. It's an open to the public. It's open to the public. But if you read the sign, I don't care. It's open to the public. Sale, airships, donations, voter registration cards, truckers against trafficking. Picture taking stuff here.
Watch some Restless Viking.
On the other side of this bridge is a different world, a different country, and my favorite part of the Great Lakes. It's a vast wilderness that you can basically take from the border of Michigan a few miles north, and then you can go all the way to the Hudson Bay and eventually the Arctic. There's a few small towns, but there's no major cities. Poppins and I are gonna go take a look at the wilderness up there and see if we can't make it to a little town called Eaton and explore some other things. And this is the International Bridge. There's the Sioux Locks. So join us for a ride into the vast wilderness that's just north of Michigan. I'm Chuck.
I'm Poppins.
The channel's Restless Viking. Let's go on a wilderness adventure. reaches the easternmost part of Lake Superior. And we're at the Wooders Restaurant and Cookhouse, which is always a great stop. And if you're lucky, you can meet Gail and Frank O'Connor, the proprietors, with one of the best views in the area. What'd you get? Some poutine poppings?
Poutine, a huge amount of poutine. So check.
She might need some help with that.
I think so.
I got a pretzel filled with stuff, and I got a sandwich. I'm not really sure. I got the mystery sandwich, but then we got strawberry and maple butter tarts. One place that's popular, and I even stopped here in the 80s, is Agua Crafts and the Canadian Carver. It's a busy place nowadays. So the first time I stopped here, it was just a little stop. It had some furs, it had some crafts done by some local First Nations, and it was just a tiny, dusty place. But today, it's so big that they board seasonal workers here. It's kind of crazy.
We bought Charlotte a pair of moccasins here, and there was hardly anybody here when she was like 4.
And dotted all over the Agua District are old abandoned mine adits, which I don't recommend that you check out, but let's go check one out. So I've heard rumors and conversations about this old mine that it used to be a tourist attraction. It started as a uranium mine, and then it became a tourist attraction, and then they closed it down, and then they covered it up. But some local climbers opened it back up. The location will remain undisclosed. So the last time we were here, all of these timbers were still the roof, and they've all come down, and it looks to be full of water now. See, the thing we have to be careful about are the bats. They had succumbed to white nose syndrome, and we actually, the old expedition team I was on was the ones that reported them. We don't want to disturb them too much. So yeah, there's no shortage of fun to be had if you're a rock climber, a caver. Just be careful in the mines, they're not really caves. But to get back here is not the easiest thing in the world to do. Oh, poppins.
Ooh.
Oh shit. You get stuck?
Your windshield wipers are wiping the tree. I think we need to push you out. Well, you've got a tow rope. Yep.
So you didn't get that?
No, sorry. I was just watching him get out of here, you know? Like, look at that.
You can see up here where there's a gully that comes down and has washed all the topsoil in here, making it soft right here, but usually the trails are great, so we got the kit, the winch, the blah, blah, blah. We got a shovel to fill in all the rock washouts we're going to encounter, so we're having some fun. Aren't we, Poppins?
Yes. I had to go get my bug thing, because it's something out here.
The next stop that we're going to make is to a little town. Let me put my seatbelt on. A little settlement, or a whistle stop, I guess, on the Agua Central Railway. It's Freighter, Ontario. I would say it's abandoned. Maybe there's some seasonal structures there. But it's an easy drive out. So Freighter Road, leading back to the little settlement of Freighter, the road can be challenging at times. It's only like 9 kilometers, but it gets kind of rough. So that's evidence of a corduroy road. Poppins, how are you feeling about wilderness things right now?
I'm readjusting. I was just at the Grand Hotel with my mother and sister, and that was scrumptious. So now I'm getting used to this again.
So it might be a good idea for some of you to leave a heart comment in the comments with Poppins' name there and give her a little love. About halfway down the Freighter Road, it's not so bad this year. It's great. We should be in Freighter in a few hundred more meters. So Freighter House, long abandoned, has now got new life. So this is Freighter House, which was the lodge that you used to stop at. These tracks here belong to the Algoma Central Railway. And a lot of people might be familiar with the Algoma Central because of the Agua Canyon tour train, which comes from this direction, from the Sioux, and goes that way to the canyon, which is, I don't know, probably another 15 to 20 kilometers. This is a private crossing, and we're going to take that road over there. But the Algoma Central was the railway that was created for the Sioux to extract all the timber, to extract all the iron, or any of the minerals that were taken, and then they were brought back down to the Sioux for processing. And Freighter is one of those towns or settlements or whatever that I believe was a camp or some other sort of established settlement. The only way to access this area was by that rail. When 17 finally came through, then they started building the roads out to these areas, and now the roads go even further into these wilderness areas. But the passenger train, which was an amazing experience, would come to Freighter or really anywhere. It was a flat down train. So we used to get on the train here at Freighter with our kayaks, and we would head up to the Sand River, to the Agua River, and then we would head down the river for our adventure. We just go around and explore. This is one of the areas that we would get dropped off, get dropped off at, and we leave our vehicles here. But the passenger train, I believe it was in 2015, stopped running. They still run the tour train on these tracks. Rumor has it that the First Nations and some other organizations are really trying to resurrect the passenger train. So Poppins, what do you think so far?
Oh, this is unique. Do you see the bugs flying all over?
They're not bothering me yet, but they will. So we have taken this road a ways, and there's a gate up the road, and we're going to go see if the gate is locked. And then we're going to find a place somewhere around here to camp.
I recommend a very supportive undergarment, and then you can hold on to this little bar here, and you're good to go.
Poppins has always got solutions. And you always wear your bug net inside the Jeep.
And when you're in Canada, it's raining, yes.
And now we're heading up to where we think the gate might be still. At least it's always been. So we're going to go check to see if it's open or not. And then start looking for a campsite. We're in luck, the gate is open. We are in the bush. There's nothing around. There's no houses anywhere. There's a few cabins here and there, but we haven't seen one in probably 15 kilometers. I'll show you what this road looks like that we've taken.
That wants to get around me bad.
So it's a one-lane logging road, and off in that direction, 20-some miles, is Highway 17. And Highway 17 is a remote highway. We've been driving on this road for like an hour and a half. This looks like it's going to be a wilderness emergency evacuation site. This is site number 61. You tell them that's where we want to be evacuated from. And site number 61, you could probably get a helo in here, and it is quiet. No airplane noise, no traffic noise, no noise at all, except the wind, the rain, the occasional bird, the occasional bear. We're going to wait for the rain to calm down before we set up our campsite.
He needed to get around me.
2 on our quest for Eden or Eton, 50 some miles on bush roads, and we're kind of making progress. So we started here, Highway 17, we're there, we have to go to there. So probably halfway done, maybe a little bit more than halfway done. I was at Poppins, who's wearing a bug net inside the Jeep.
Crazy mosquitoes here in Canada, but it's going okay.
There. This is our location. We got to go right in there, and we've come from right over there. So making good progress. It's beautiful. We just flew the drone a little bit, but it's looking nice outside today. So Poppins, what are you thinking?
Oh, I love driving. Around every bend, there's something different, some challenge. It's fun.
That was exciting.
Over to our left is the Agua River, and then the train tracks, and then there's a power line there now. And occasionally you might spot, you can see one right there, the peak of the cabin. So we're coming in the area of Eton. There's a bridge there now over the Agua River. It's a focal point of this wilderness. You can see over here, this gravel pit. That's where they got the gravel to make these roads. They have them all over the place. Here's a modern cabin just before the bridge. And the reason that we're here is for this bridge. So yesterday we started down the Freighter Road, and our goal was to come out here. So we spent the night at emergency evacuation site number 14, I think it was, and then drove for hours. Our goal was to get here to this bridge, which you can't tell on the satellite map. You don't know if it's good or not. And it actually is in good shape. I know it looks rotted in places, but those are very big beams. They usually hold locomotives. And then you can see the steel underneath. And there's a lot of rot. But as long as we stay on these boards that they do replace, these timbers, they'll be in good shape. And Eton is actually upriver a little ways. But this is the only bridge across the river for vehicles for a long time. And it's just quiet and beautiful here.
Rossford's still not connected. It's been off for a while.
Dispatch 211.
311.
Go ahead, 311.
Where are you, David, on this order?
David. 211. What was your last? Eddie.
interaction videos and discuss our constitutional rights. Today's video comes to us from the channel Hemlo, and it highlights some of the most petty examples of policing that I have ever seen. On February 12, 2016, Hemlo was riding his bicycle in East Orange, New Jersey when he was stopped by Officer Craig May of the East Orange Police Department for allegedly not having an audible device on his bicycle. What transpires in this interaction is exactly why the disconnect between people and police continues to grow. Check out this interaction and stick around until the end for an update on the situation.
Violations. I need to see your ID because I have to issue a summons for your bicycle violation. What bicycle violation? Get warrant. Why are you stopping? Yes or no? You stopped me for no reason. Bicycle violation. Just let me know what I forgot. Once I give you summons. I need your name and badge number too, please. I need to see your ID. Can I get your name and badge number, please? Sir, can I get your ID? You're not going to give your ID? No. Just let me know when I can go. You want to go to jail because of a bicycle ticket? Yes or no? Just let me know when I can go. Do you want to go to jail for a bicycle violation? Lawfully asking for your ID so I can give you a ticket for your bicycle infraction. What? Bicycle? Do you have an automobile device? Yes or no? Why are you stopping me? There's no bicycle infraction here. Excuse me. I'm alright.
Are you refusing to give your information to the officer?
Yes.
Okay. You understand why you're being stopped?
No.
Okay. He never explained to you why you was being stopped?
Not really, no.
Okay. Explain to him again.
Bicycle violation. What? Bicycle violation? You have no audible device.
Okay. This is what's going to happen. If you're refusing to give your information so you can be written a ticket for a violation, what? You will, listen, you will be locked up for obstruction. So it's your choice. Would you like for me to call the sergeant? Because once the sergeant gets over here, he's going to make the choice for us, and then you will be placed in so it's your choice.
I don't have to provide documentation because I have no reason to be stopped.
Big old lawsuit there. All right, guys, I'm gonna get some dinner. Thanks for riding with me, keeping me safe. Peace.